Hi there guys, my name's Cody. I'm a diagnosed schizophrenic, and today I'm going to be doing a review of a schizophrenic simulation. Now if you've been following my page, you know that I've done reviews of simulations before. This one was sent to me by another person with schizophrenia that said this was the worst simulation they had ever seen. Now this is a blind reaction, I have not seen this video yet. And I'm going into this very open-minded. A lot of people experience schizophrenia in different ways. I know the first time I saw a schizophrenic simulation, I thought it was terribly done, and that's just because it didn't fit the type of symptoms I had dealt with in the past. So keep in mind, I'm going into this only with what I've experienced myself and what I know about schizophrenia as an advocate. That being said, I have seen a couple of these that were really accurate, so I'm always excited to review new ones. Please make sure that if you're going to watch this, you're in a safe place and have the support team you need in case you do start having symptoms. So like all of the schizophrenic simulations I review, there is always a warning to start the video. This one says the simulation you are about to experience is a brief psychotic episode in a patient with schizophrenia. The symptoms you will experience from the simulation range from sensory occurrences such as sight, sound, and distorted images. If you feel any sort of discomfort during the experience, please stop watching. Oh, it's in vertical. I hate videos that are in vertical angle. I don't know why, I just do. Alright, walking. Oh my god. You have a fountain out front. That is a very nice house. I know quite a few people with schizophrenia, and I don't think any of them have this nice of a... Oh my god. This is a gorgeous house. Not that being schizophrenic in that house wouldn't still suck. Might help though. Okay. It's very aggressive. Okay. Right off the bat, obviously, in terms of other people's symptoms, I can't speak for other people. I have never experienced anything like that due to my schizophrenia. The only time I've experienced things like that was back when I was struggling with addiction and I used psychedelic drugs. Because that wasn't necessarily even a hallucination, it was more just discoloration of the things around you. That seemed really exaggerated and also just out of nowhere. Like there hadn't been any symptoms yet and all of a sudden it just brightly discolored. But let's keep watching. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I don't know why they have that like fish lens thing going on. That's another thing. Seems more like something you'd experience from like hallucinogenic drugs and not from visual hallucinations. There's no context to this video. Like, why'd they just throw the candy? Like, sure, I guess there's probably impulsiveness with like having symptoms or having hallucinations. Just seemed randomly unnecessary. It's not like the person threw candy because they were having symptoms. There wasn't any auditory hallucinations from what I could tell. At that point, there wasn't even visual hallucinations, so that's more just like the personal decision to throw the candy. I don't know why that bothers me so much, but I'm like, why even put that in this video? Alright, we'll keep going. What the f***? What the actual f*** was that? Why? Okay, we're gonna have to rewatch this now. Okay, one more time, because I barely was able to understand what just happened. Let's try this one more time. Why? What? No, it's a schizophrenic simulation. It's not what you think. I am so sorry for anyone who was just watching this in public and had their headphones off. Just show them the video. That's the only way you're going to talk yourself out of this one. I really don't know what they were going for there. First of all, I've had a lot of auditory hallucinations. I've heard yelling, I've heard screaming, I've heard whispering, I've heard just general chitter chatter. I've never once heard like the high-pitched moaning that they just did there. Once again, not saying it couldn't happen, but then they added in that really brief color change again. All right, let's see what else they got for us. Just a giant house. The increased heartbeat, like looking at the door and stuff, that kind of makes me think they're trying to like play on paranoia there. Like they looked at the door, you could hear the increased heartbeat. The only part of this I've really ever experienced is the heartbeat you're hearing right now. Sometimes when you're having symptoms, it feels like your heartbeat is exaggerated. I don't like how I don't like how it's being shown here as like a noise, because I don't think I hear it. I suppose that's the only way they can show that, and I think that's what they're going for here, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay. Whoa. Before I was medicated, I used to have like blackout moments I couldn't remember, or I was really confused. I didn't know how I got where I was. And like the door slamming and the person being on the other side of it kind of seemed like that. But then they did that discoloration thing again, and that's the part that keeps throwing me off. I don't know why they keep doing that. And this is a closet. This is a massive closet. Increased heartbeat. So like,
he's coming for you. There's nowhere to hide. They can hear you. Listen to me. Don't walk away. They're coming. They can hear you. What's that? He's lying. You can't escape. He's coming for you. There's nowhere to hide. They can hear you. Listen to me. Don't walk away. They're coming. They can hear you.
so this is a little exaggerated for two reasons. One is the color changing. I think they're just really trying to exaggerate the situation, and that's why they keep doing that. Two is the high-pitched bell. I think the auditory hallucinations were actually pretty spot on. I've experienced auditory hallucinations that are that real to me, but the other two aspects just seem exaggerated. I know that's what these simulations go for a lot of the time, but I feel like this one's been overdoing it the entire time. All right, and I think that's it. So that's it. Wow. Out of the schizophrenic simulations I've seen, I think this one is the least accurate. This might be the worst one I've personally seen. I'm not saying there aren't aspects of it that could be true to people experiencing schizophrenia, but between the random color changes, the high-pitched moaning, and then the randomly throwing a piece of candy for no reason, a lot of what was in here felt closer to my past experience of drug abuse. It didn't feel like what I've dealt with schizophrenia. And despite what a lot of people think, they are very different. The auditory hallucinations at the end were fairly well done, but for being such a short video, I felt like it wasn't informative, it wasn't very educational, it left more questions than answers. Overall, in my opinion, based on my experience, this is the worst one I've seen. That being said, maybe this does represent someone else's experience, but if you're living in a mansion and you're hallucinating moaning, we are experiencing very different things. But in the end, I do really enjoy reviewing these videos because I think it helps everyone who doesn't struggle with schizophrenia better understand what it is like having hallucinations, delusions, and paranoia. And since a lot of people will never experience those symptoms, schizophrenic simulations can serve a really good purpose for helping educate people. But seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave any questions or comments down below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Take it easy, guys.